I'm Clifford Jack Jr., and I'm a professor of diagnostic radiology. I'm the Alexander Family Professor of Alzheimer's Research. I think fairly recently, the notion that Alzheimer's disease is a disease that probably extends for 2 to maybe even 3 decades over that period of time has recently been understood. And clinical symptoms are only evident at the very end or toward the end of that period of time. So for the last maybe 10 years of an affected person's life. Meaning that the 20 years prior to that, the disease is ongoing in the brain without evident clinical symptoms. All the clinical trials that have been done to date have enrolled people who are already symptomatic. In other words, they've enrolled people who are at the very end of the disease. Current thinking, though, is that in order to effectively treat this disease, people have to be enrolled in clinical trials and treated. And of course, clinical trials are the prelude for real clinical treatment, but have to be enrolled and treated when they're still clinically asymptomatic. So this is in the part of the disease when pathology in the brain is just building up, but prior to clinical symptoms. So consequently, the focus, there's now a very intense focus on how to accurately identify those people who are in the early preclinical phases of the disease. The cure for Alzheimer's is prevention. It's not curing people who are already demented, it's prevention.